Hello everyone, this is Jill. Welcome back to my channel and to a cherry on top YouTube hop for April, and happy spring. Our focus is spring, naturally enough, and I'm going to be putting together a page with you today that is inspired by Shmel Lane's idea of opposition composition, which is the way she says it. And all that means is that we work on a 12 by 12 page and we put something on this side and then we put something on this side. And we try not to meet in the middle. So it's a little bit like a game. It might make for like very busy layout, but I'm kind of like saying bring that on. And I'm even starting with a pattern background rather than a plain background. But if you were to do this sort of thing, you could definitely tone it down and be a little more tasteful. But I want to just kind of like throw in the exuberation, the exuberant feeling of spring, and just have fun. So, okay, so let me talk a little bit about my starting point. So I got a couple of photos here. We do have a little signs of spring here in Michigan, the daffodils, and these flowers, which I realized are called Lenten roses. They have another name, and I think they're a kind of buttercup. Anyway, I felt so happy just taking these photos, just getting out and thinking about the season of hope, like taking a minute. So I don't know, I think you can see that I've laid out a start of a title over there for Season of Hope because I like that idea. That's kind of where I came to when I did my journaling. Let me say a little bit about the journaling after talking about the photos. Let's see. I've been so intrigued by this set, this new set by Dina Wakley, and there's so many possibilities for it, and I really want to explore it for art journaling, for like putting paint in the boxes and so forth, but I've been using it on scrapbook pages and in my journal, and I think it just makes a nice little place to like house journaling. So I just typed my journaling in these boxes after stamping on some kind of translucent paper. And we'll probably put this on this side and then the title on the other side. Again, we're kind of going with balance and opposition, composition. So I've got some pink fresh papers here, which look very fresh and flowery. So I'm going to start on this side, kind of just put them down lightly. And so put a block over here, and then I'm going to put a block over here on this side. I think when Shmel does this, she kind of keeps it all in the center. I'm going to make it a little bit asymmetrical since that just kind of suits my style here. So we got our flowery paper in. I want to make sure I bring in some green. So let's start with the bigger piece. So I cut a piece of the green. The other side is so cool too. This is also pink fresh. But I don't want to probably end up with lots of flowers anyway. So this I'm going to tuck in here. Can always move things around later. I'm just I had some plan at the beginning when I was thinking about this page, but now I'm just kind of improvising. I want a little bit of the white flowers on the green to show. That's all I'm thinking about there. This is a Maggie Holmes Splendid Transparency with flowers on it and gold foil. Really pretty. I've been kind of interested lately in specialty papers and finding ways to use them. So, and I might end up using a staple on this, but for now I'll put a little adhesive on the back, tuck it in there. I'm being a little bit fast and intuitive for the sake of the video, but also I think that's kind of fun and a good idea not to overthink things, just to layer them in, see what kind of effect you get. I do want to think about my photos, and I think this might be a good time to get those in play. They're the kind of photos I can overlap a little bit. Just want to make sure we get an idea of the flowers. So let's pop that one down there. And as I said, let's just push this in. I want it to look kind of casual, not necessarily straight. I had thought about putting this kind of in the center when I had stacked it up more. Let me think. there isn't going to be anything to balance the photos on this side, but I will have the title on that side. I think I'm going to go with my original idea and just like overlap a little bit more. Let's put a tiny bit of adhesive on there for now. I don't want to cover up too many of those pink fresh flowers. But part of the fun of this kind of design is layering and is covering up and just having little things show. This is a little scrap of paper that I've been loving throughout spring, including it in lots of places. And so I think I'm going to put some on this page. I'm also going to use the other side. This actually uses up the paper that's been making its appearance on several of my projects. This one, I think those greens aren't great together. So where do I want this on this side? I think I'm going to put it along the edge, long as I have cut a long strip. And I think that's kind of a fun, a cool way to do this, is to just maybe go ahead and cut the paper, knowing that you're going to have one on one side, one on the other side. There, I'm trying to keep it in the frame too. I've got some cute embellishments there waiting in the wings. Okay. Butterflies. That's the other side of the paper, and it's like very springy and appropriate. And I think I want them to go the right way. So how do I want to do it? I think I will just put it on like that. And since I put butterflies up there on that side, we're going to want some butterflies over here. I think I'm going to put them down low. The nice thing, I can't remember what this paper is. I don't think it's Pink Fresh like the rest, but it does coordinate with its colors really well with this Pink Fresh paper here. I'll have to look up what that paper is. Okay, I think that's fast, right? That's pretty much the basics of this opposition composition. And now for the fun of embellishing, but I do want to put the title down first. So let's see, I guess I'll just start. I kind of envisioned the title being down here. Just line it up along the edge here. I'm not gonna, these little letters that I'm putting down for the first part of the title, I'll straighten them out later, are from a line that is for weddings. I'm trying to remember what it is called. But again, I'll link these products on the Cherry on Top gallery so that you can see just what I use. But it's a recent wedding line, and I've really enjoyed like doing some non-wedding things with this pretty line. And then these of course are just small black and white alphabet stickers, which are so versatile. I was really glad to see them. So I think when we get this title down, we'll feel, I mean, it's never going to be equal weight because this is larger, everything's bigger over here, and this is like an echo, but not quite as heavy. But I'm still thinking of balance. And so, see if we can just keep it like, if we want it like that, or if we want to put it underneath. I kind of like the way it might like approach and lead to the other side with the photos. So for now, I'm going to kind of play around with just keeping it on a straight line. I'll probably add some machine stitching to the layout too, to work a little bit more with straight lines. Yeah, that's fun. Now what I like about this these are from Vicki Boutin, Discover and Create, and I've used them on other layouts. What I like about the big orange in the O, the others are kind of neutral, which is good for me since I got so much color on this page. What I like about the big orange O is that it picks up these orange flowers up here. So again, we're doing this kind of opposition composition with the color. And all right, I know I'm probably not going to do this on camera, but I have these Spring Garden stamps, and I'm going to stamp a little bit, probably in black, and that'll stand out. And I want to show you what they look like from having stamped them out. It's a really beautiful set for spring. So just want to encourage, if you're looking for a good set, this branch, and then of course the cute critters, the watering can. I might use the Hello Spring on this side. Again, it would be another way of echoing the composition, but I'm going to give a little more thought to that kind of detail. I just want to tell you how I'm going to embellish and then maybe do just a little bit. I have a couple sets here. This one is from the Poppy and Pear collection, and the Poppy and Pear is what the background paper is too, and it's pretty. And I thought these little creatures, geese, and there's so many geese around here actually, it's perfect, would be fun to do the opposition composition. So I could put one here and the other one, because there are two. The nice thing about these sheets is that usually you can find duplicates, and you can do this echoing. Now I think I might want it down here because this little bit of the photos overlapping is a little awkward, and I think that this geese might make it look a little more organic, a little bit more integrated. But that gives you a good idea with these two guys of how when you do the embellishing, you're probably also going to do a little bit of the opposition composition. So for instance, for the small embellishments, I found a little leaf, and I like that for spring. And then we can use also a little leaf over on this side. And then, you see how these two little flowers, you could put a flower, a little cluster of sequins, because I always have to get those in, a little cluster of sequins. So you get the idea of the opposition composition, and you get the exuberance of spring and some ideas of some springy products in the shop that you might want to check out. And so I think I'm going to call that good for my video for today, and continue to work on this a bit, post it on Instagram so you can see the final version, and just say thanks for joining me today. Happy spring.